lovely soulmates. How are you guys doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we are going to get into first trimester symptoms. I do not want to keep this video long, so I will do second and third trimester in other videos. So if you're in those stages, look out for those videos. So I'm going to give you guys a rundown of the symptoms that I felt and the things I went through when I was in my first trimester. Obviously, I am not in my first trimester, so we're gonna kind of double back a little bit. And I'm gonna give you guys some tips and tricks and some of the remedies that I use to kind of get over some of those symptoms. And obviously only time as well can help with some of them. But I'll be sharing with you guys how I survived my first trimester. And for all my lovely soulmates that are experienced with pregnancy and symptoms of your first trimester, drop down in the comments down below and let us know some of the remedies and some of the things that you did to kind of overcome some of the symptoms you had. Pregnancy rage. Oh my God. So obviously you guys know that I'm a Scorpio, and even though you guys see me like always so like, I don't know, happy and calm and peace, naturally I'm not like that at all. Naturally I can be very combative. I get irritated very easily, and I would say pregnancy rage was so bad. Like, I feel bad for my loved ones that stuck through me through my pregnancy rage, because it was absolutely terrible. I was extremely emotional. I cried often. I remember feeling a lot of anger. Like, I had so much anger that it was just like I would explode like this for any little thing. I got irritated with people's voices. I got irritated with conversations. I remember I just like completely isolated myself from people. I would barricade. Like, I just wanted to stay away from people because I was not nice. I was not nice. I was not easy to deal with. And thank God I have people around me that are patient and loving and kind, and kind of understood that I had a lot of hormones and I was having so many emotions that I didn't know where to place them, what to do with them. I was lashing out left and right. If you guys remember, around, well, yeah, it was October, November, December, I posted maybe once a month, just because I could not hide my rage. And obviously there was a lot of nonsense going on online, and I had to step away. Like, I remember deactivating my social media accounts because I couldn't control myself. Like, I was angry. I was very angry. And I was going to do and say things that I could not take back. So I was like, let me delete everything. Let me not post. Let me kind of stay away and stay to myself right now and focus on what's really important. I'm focused on my healing, because yeah, it was bad. It was very triggering for me, and I was not in a space to be able to handle any of it. So I would say if you're in that first trimester and you have all this hormone and emotions that you're going through, give yourself some grace. It is okay. I would say just make sure that your support system is nurturing to you and is very understanding and is not contributing to your rage. And I would say also just protect your peace of mind. Whatever it is you need to do, if you need to take a break from social media, or if you need to take a break from friends or family or whatever it is, take that time for yourself, because trust me, it really helped when I kind of kept everything away from me and allowed myself to sit in my emotions and kind of deal with it. I think my relationship with God got really strong around this time. I was really praying a lot. Like, I was praying, God, heal me. I was praying that God take the anger that I felt, because it was like, it was very strong. It was very strong. Like, I would say, I I would be quick to snatch someone's head off just on the regular, but me being pregnant, I just need you to open your mouth and I'm snatching your head off. Like before pregnancy, I would probably wait for you to hit first. During pregnancy, you don't gotta hit me, you don't gotta touch me, you don't gotta get next to me. Just breathe in my direction the wrong way and I would be ready to like attack. So not good, do not recommend. Let's see. Obviously you guys know out of breath. I've been out of breath since my first trimester. It's bad, but I would also say, like I said before, I was battling pneumonia and bronchitis in my first trimester, so I think that did not help with my breathing, but definitely been out of breath since my first trimester. Another symptom that surprised me that I didn't expect would be gagging when I brush my teeth. You guys, brushing my teeth, especially in the first trimester, it's such a task. It's such a task. Like, it's like, and then sometimes I would actually just barf. So I found that taking my time, like I could no longer just be like, you know, getting all in there, getting to the back of my throat. Like I could not do it. I had to literally sit, like, and now this is how I brush my teeth. It's a whole freaking program, but I just sit and I'll just like start slowly with, you know, the front, and then I'll start to go to the back. I have to go really, really slow and sometimes pause and like spit, rinse and go again. It's so bad. So that's something I did not expect. And if you go through that, God bless you, because I was like, what is it about brushing teeth that is just, it's like, no. Every time I saw my toothbrush, I dreaded. I was like, oh my God, do I have to do this? Like, yeah, not great. Obviously the constant peeing, there's nothing we could do about that. We just have to get up a million times to go pee. Okay, so I would say my worst symptom, and probably the first one that started to show its little head, would be nausea. Y'all, the nausea in my first trimester was beyond real. It was so bad. So like my sister said, I carry these everywhere I go. I got a huge pack of them. My sister would keep these in her bag, as well as whoever I was with, whoever I was traveling with. They had to keep these on hand. They would stay in my car, in the glove compartment. I had these everywhere I went because I needed them, okay? Nausea was so bad. So I would say the worst part of my nausea would be in the morning time. So when I would wake up, I would say that's when it really hit me. So morning sickness for me was real. And the things that helped me would be food and eating, which I know is like probably the last thing you want to do, especially in your first trimester, but it really, really helped. So how I managed my eating was eating smaller portions, because when I felt full, that would lead to me throwing up. So I had to eat little bits, and I had to eat little bits often. So I would be eating like every 2 hours. 2 hours would be max that I would be eating. Sometimes I would break down my dinner and like eat a little bit, come back an hour and a half later or 2 hours later, eat another little bit, come back a little later and eat another little bit. It was that bad. I would say there were times where I would wake up in the middle of the night. Maybe I would say like 3 or 4, I would wake up, and it helped to eat something. So I would recommend banana, because it also helps you fall back asleep. But for some people, banana kind of causes nausea. So if you're that person that you don't like banana, I would say keep crackers saltine crackers are really good to keep by your bedside. Like I remember at one point I had like a whole little kitchen by my bed. Literally, it doesn't have to be saltine crackers. Like if that's not your thing either, I would say any type of crackers helps, but saltine crackers are obviously elite for just not provoking you to throw up, I guess I would say. So 4 in the morning, definitely keep some crackers by the side so you can just grab, kind of munch on, and some water. Obviously, staying hydrated really helps you when you're feeling nauseous. Always kept water by my bedside. Actually, I still have this. So you're gonna wanna get one of these because it's gonna help you just fill it up and always keep water on you and always remind yourself to drink some water. It's really simple. You don't have to kind of do anything. I would definitely recommend getting a water bottle that you could just fill up because you're gonna be filling up so often and you don't want all these water bottles all over the place. This is amazing and it keeps your drinks cold. Me, for instance, I do not like room temperature water. I enjoy my water cold. I need it to be a little fresh. So this keeps the temperature pretty chill for me. So love it. Highly recommend. And obviously, you know, when you're pregnant, you easily get dehydrated. Fruits were so essential for me in my first trimester. And you're gonna notice that you're gonna crave food that almost like the baby wants or the baby needs, nutritional purposes, right? So, and the baby's gonna wake you up to eat. And I recommend that you do wake up when you get those feelings of like, I need to wake up and eat something, because if you don't, you are most likely gonna be nauseous when you do wake up. So when you get the urge to eat, get up. I know it kind of sucks, but trust me, you're gonna feel way better. Whenever I just felt lazy and I decided I was gonna just, you know, fall back asleep, I regretted it because I woke up hurling when I woke up later on. So I would wake up around 6 and I would have either a yogurt or some fruits. And I had watched this YouTube video where this doctor recommended that you eat something healthy but kind of sweet, that it helped balance your sugar out and then take away that like feeling of throwing up. And I found that that really helped. Either eating some sort of like bread like thing, either a piece of toast or some crackers, or having some fruits were really helpful with the nausea my first trimester. So I always kept like blueberries. I would recommend the berries just because they're really good in nutrition for you know, the first trimester where your baby's brain is developing. It's good with antioxidants. It's just amazing all around. So I kept blueberries, raspberries, blackberries in the house, and I would wake up and that would be like the first thing that I would have. Sometimes I would have a yogurt, a cup of yogurt. Sometimes I would mix them, but very rare that I would mix them. I would always either have a yogurt or I would have the fruits. Highly recommended. That really helped me. And then another thing that I would do is have a meal in the morning that you know that you don't love and it's easy to eat because you're most likely going to throw up. Like I almost knew when it's like, I have to eat, but I know whatever I eat, it's gonna come right back out. And I always chose cereal because that was the easiest thing for me to kind of eat. So I would get some Special K, I would eat it, and I knew it was coming right back out. So I would just say it's like a breakfast that you know is not gonna stay down. It's not very costly. It doesn't take a lot of effort to make or prepare. So yeah, that would be breakfast number 1. And then breakfast number 2 is something I would put effort into because it's something that I didn't want to keep down and I knew I could keep down once the first one came out. So usually this would be around like 10 o'clock, 10, 11, around then I would have a second breakfast. And this one would be like 2 eggs. Really good to get your protein in your first trimester, but all throughout pregnancy. In general, it's really good to get in your protein. So try to have 2 eggs, or just at least an egg every morning, but I would try to have 2. So that, or I would have some oatmeal in the morning. That would also be really good for me. And then sometimes, occasionally, I would have a bagel with cream cheese. Another good thing to have during your pregnancy. So that is how I combated nausea. And I hope that those tips help you guys. I would definitely recommend changing the way you're eating. If the way you're eating is not helpful, either split your meals apart or split the hours that you're eating. Eat more often, eat more frequently. It's not necessarily that you're eating for 2, but your body is going to need a lot more fuel. So do not think about like the weight that you're putting on or anything like that. Just provide your baby and your body with nutrition so you can properly function. Like even though I was eating every 2 hours, I did not gain 1 pound until I would say now that I'm reaching my 3rd trimester is when I'm like seeing weight really pack on. And that's normal because my baby is getting a lot bigger. And I'm also putting on a little bit more weight, but it honestly isn't much. I would not worry about the weight at all. I would just focus on nutrition. Getting what you need in. Some of it is not even gonna stay in. Some of it is gonna come right back out. So since we're on the topic of food, my other symptom was food aversions. Oh my God. So I struggled really bad with like lunch and dinner. I struggled with food. There was so much I did not want to eat. There was so much that just like grossed me out. Like chicken, could not stand the sight, the smell, nothing of chicken. Like, do not bring chicken near me. Till today, I can't have chicken. Like, I could probably take a bite and it wouldn't cause me to like be nauseous. But my first trimester, just the thought of chicken would have me like ready to just hurl. Meat, I could not do ground beef. I just could not do meat. I've never been a fan of meat, as you guys know, but during my pregnancy, this baby is like absolutely no meat. I do not want it. I would throw up whenever I even attempted at meat in my first trimester. Yeah, could not do it. And nothing tasted good. Like nothing really was satisfying to me in my first trimester. I just hated food. I was eating simply because I knew there were things I had to eat to like give and provide nutrition to the baby. But honestly, it was very hard for me and very rare that I enjoyed a meal that I ate. I was eating for survival. I detested food. So every time I ate, it was torture. I remember my mom used to just like sit there and like watch me eat, and she would just be like, just try to get a little bit more in. And I'm just like, this is crazy. So yeah, food just did not taste good to me in my first trimester. And honestly, the only thing that helped again was not forcing it. So I would eat, and when I felt like I needed to stop, I stopped. Even if I had to eat again in a little while, or put the plate down and then warm it up and come back to it an hour or an hour and a half later or 2 hours later, that's what I did. I split my meals up. I did not force food that I just knew my body was like not having it. So hopefully that helps. And this last one, not everyone experiences it, but paranoia with like the baby. And obviously this is more with like pregnancy loss, but something that I kind of, I guess, was expecting but was still surprised was the fear of like the unknown. I think like the second and third trimester is easier because like you feel the kicks and you know what's kind of going on and stuff. But the first trimester you feel nothing and you see nothing for the most part, and you're just like, what's happening in there? Like, is everything okay? So yeah, I was definitely going through so much fear and paranoia in my first trimester, and that was very rough. But a tip, what really helped me out and calmed all of my anxiety was this right here. So there's a bunch of different ones. I obviously, I kind of already felt it in my soul I was gonna have a girl. No one could tell me otherwise. I bought this so early on. I bought the pink one, and this little baby right here, I changed the battery probably like 3 times already because that's how obsessed I am with it. I use it all the time. I use it every morning to check my baby's heartbeat. But in the first trimester, that saved me. I would just put it right up there, and I think I started to hear the heartbeat maybe at like 10 or 11 weeks. But that really calmed my anxiety and made me feel so much better. Once I could hear the heartbeat, I kind of knew everything was okay. So if you're experiencing paranoia, not knowing what's going on, you don't look pregnant, you don't feel nothing, definitely get one of those. It helps, okay? And I guess the last thing would just be like, you just look bloated and you feel fat. Like, you don't look pregnant, and you're just like, I just look fat. So I would say, yeah, like not looking pregnant was just something that I hated in my first trimester, because it's just like, I just got this little belly thing going on, and I'm just like, it's not going nowhere. When I put clothes on, I look and feel uncomfortable. I guess it's just like a self-conscious thing. You're just like, what are people thinking? Are they thinking that, like I'm overweight, or maybe I need to use the bathroom? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I was just not looking pregnant, and it was not fun whatsoever. Anyways, that's all. I think that's all I felt in my first trimester. It was a lot. The first trimester is, for me, has been the worst trimester. So it's only gotten easier from the first. So if you're listening to this, do not get discouraged. I promise you, it does get easier. Like, all those symptoms, half of them go away, or you just learn how to manage and deal with it. It's not that bad. You do overcome it. It feels like a lot because your first trimester, you're just battling so much, and it all comes so fast. I would say the emotions and the nausea was the worst symptoms that I had during my first trimester, for sure. They were the most, like, emotionally, mentally, physically taxing would be the emotions and the nausea. But that has subsided. I'm now in my 3rd trimester. So my next one will be tapping into the 2nd trimester and letting you guys know kind of what I went through and how I overcame it. Again, if you have any tips and any remedies for how you overcame your nausea or your symptom, regardless of what it may be, go ahead and drop it down in the comment section down below. The new moms that are experiencing all of this for the first time. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and you can follow your girl Elli Soul on all her social media platforms at _Elli Soul. That's at _ELISOUL. I adore you guys. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will catch you in the next video.